Hey guys, I'm back. It's been a little while, I know. I was supposed to make these reaction videos about 2 months ago, but lighting situation in my dorm is my new dorm room, which I haven't taken you guys around, is really quite annoying actually. I have light by the door and then in my bathroom. The whole middle section of the room does not have light, and I have a lamp. But my camera woman did not like the vibe that was giving off. She said I looked like kind of like a mad scientist or mad artist who just had an idea in the middle of the night. Yeah, she wasn't down with it. But so I finally configured a nice little setup in my bathroom for you guys. Um, and yeah, I could always do daylight, but I'm always out and about during the day, so then I come back and then I have no light, and yeah. Anyway though, so I've got a nice little setup for you guys. Now I'm here with my reaction videos. Hope you also check out the last two videos. By the time this one goes up, I will have uploaded the second part to my baking video that I did with Milica last month. And then in the next few days, I have the scheduled uploads for the other reaction videos that I'm doing. So this first one is
0 minutes race YouTube video complimentary.
wait, what's it called?
End of banner.
Come
Account
back.
profile photo 4. Notification. YouTube links. Creative end of search form control headings. Heading level 1. The greatest woman spoken
The
word.
greatest woman spoken word. Sorry. This was requested by Jam, and
Bullet. July. Like 48,000.
as soon as I find the play button.
Excel form control spot. Landmark buttons. Like this video along with 48 full screen airplane. But data mode. T button. Minute player. I button.
Okay.
Settings menu. Subtitle /0. 100% volume.
Sorry, I had
M button.
a whole setup before,
This button. Press control.
and I just
Mute.
yeah,
M.
there's a lot going on. Anyway, here we go.
Next. Shift plus N. Play. K button. Press pause. K button.
You know, something must be wrong when almost every single song has sex as its basis.
I can agree with that.
When rap stars get famous after making lyrics that are shameless. When a woman's expected to sleep with a man who doesn't even know what her name is. And when artists are paid to degrade the very woman that have made them. To the point they are nothing more than pieces of plastic that we can dispose of once they are no longer attractive. It's sickening and sadistic that this world's become so misogynistic.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Call me unrealistic.
Except
Just listen
becomes
to the statistics.
I feel like we've already been kind of
7 in
misogynistic.
10 men view porn while over 75 million are addicted.
That's a lot.
68 million requests a day for pornographic pictures, making 1 in 4 searches sexually related. It's like nobody even knew she existed until she got naked, degraded and abused over and over again just to gain millions of views. It's a shame we've subdued to a definition of beauty which is so misconstrued. As we judge each
Thumbs up,
other's
all
looks
of the
off
thumbs
of
up.
Facebook likes, Instagram pictures to filter off what we really look like. See, we are so obsessed with our outside, we have slowly lost sight of who we really are in real life. I mean, it's sad to see so many teens lose their self-esteem. Looking at these magazines thinking they have to look like what they see. Please, you are worth much more than a 2D image on a screen. You are a living, breathing human being. If only you knew what you really mean. Just look in your history books and begin to read. Of all the girls in the world who are capable to achieve, and you will surely see with certainty, females like Fatima al-Fihri, who opened the first ever university. Rufayda al-Islamiyya, the first nurse to perform surgery, and Aisha bint Abi Bakr, the greatest female scholar in eternity. It's a shame you probably haven't even heard of these great female prodigies. Honestly, we don't need to give up our modesty in order to be successful. For you are worth much more than a commodity that is sexual. You have so much more potential if only you knew your worth. You could be like the greatest of all women to have walked this earth. Like Mary, the mother of Jesus. Chosen by Allah to be an example for the believers. A woman who stood strong even when she was abused, falsely accused and ridiculed for things she'd never ever do. So it didn't really matter when there was nobody else beside her. For she knew that God was Ar-Razzaq and her ultimate provider. And she had to trust in him alone. Just like Asiya, the wife of Fir'aun, a woman who was brave and courageous, stood up for what was right and didn't let anybody change this. A woman who was fearless and laughed price of death, for she gave up the riches of this life for a palace in the next. Next up, Khadija, the mother of the believers, a wealthy merchant who had nurtured the Prophet for over 25 years, his first wife, the love of his life, and the mother of his kids. She was the first to believe in him when nobody else ever did. She just is, beyond any words that can make you understand. So much so that even Allah sent her his salam. She was grand, and Allah assured her, just like her daughter, Fatima, the master. A woman who would shine so bright, she was nicknamed as Zahra, the splendid one with the most generous of hearts. A woman who gave up so much of her food, she had no choice but to fast. She would fight on behalf of her father, even as a little girl. And such are the examples of the greatest woman in the entire world. And it had nothing to do with how they looked, but for who they truly were. So ignore the standard of success defined by society, when God has said that the best of mankind are those who have piety, regardless of your shape, your color, or your race. For God does not look at your bodies, nor does he look at your face. Rather, he looks towards your heart and checks your faith. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the people say or who they think you are, when you could be like the greatest of all women in the eyes of Allah.
All right, wait, let me just end this. Wait, no, okay. Struggling technologically tonight, guys. Wow, so that was definitely powerful, and that was definitely something I feel like that needs to be said, because I don't know, like, not enough people say it, not enough people, like, I feel like people are busy ridiculing the women who do feel like they have to show their bodies to, you know, make it in the world, to get attention, to do whatever, rather than, you know, sitting down and having a conversation. Like, we're quick to just call someone a slut, but it's like, okay, but what else, what is the media portraying? Like, there's nothing, that's often what's seen. Like, that's often the person who it appears like can get ahead. That's the person that people covet. That's the, you know, if you have a specific body type, if you, whatever the case may be. I also appreciated that he commented on race and stuff like that, because, you know, we live in a world where we have a very Eurocentric beauty standard. Like, thinking about the laws that have been passed in the US in the past year, saying like, hey, you can't discriminate against a black woman's hair. Like, why is that something that even has to be said? But, you know, everybody's always trying to adhere to some standard, whether it's like the extreme and, you know, just like sleeping with multiple people, which, you know, if that's what you want to do because that's what you want to do, that's one thing. But if it's what you want, if it's what you do because you feel like it's what you have to do, that's very different. Or, you know, just so many men, I feel like, yes, this is something that's really important, and this is something that a lot of women and girls need to hear. But I feel like, you know, this is also a conversation that needs to be had with men too, because I feel like, you know, while all of this is happening, and while I absolutely loved this video, the spoken word, I feel like while we need to empower women, we also need to, if not educate, then also speak to the men of the world. Just thinking about, like, you know, in Victorian era England, the tablecloths had to be floor length because, like, even seeing the ankles of a table would throw men into like a sexual rage. And, you know, thinking about, like, if a woman goes out jogging and she's wearing, like, a sports bra and someone's like, oh, well, she was asking for it. Bitch, she was jogging. No, the fuck, she was not asking for anything. And, you know, so I feel like this is also really important. But it's hard to believe it when in this misogynistic world, as he said, like, no one shows that. Like, women might be saying that, but then, you know, men don't show that they will also respect you. And, you know, sometimes people just want respect, or they just want to be noticed, like a lot of like female rappers. There are some rappers that I enjoy who have not gained much popularity, and they're like, it's because, you know, I don't want to use my body to also be a selling point. And again, if that's what you want to do, if you're confident in your body, that's very different than feeling like it's what you have to do. So yes, Jam, thank you for recommending this. I thought this was really good. I would definitely share this. I also really like that guy. I know he was, or I'm pretty sure, he was also the one in the reaction video I did. I forgot what it's called. I'll put a link to it in the description. But yeah, I like this guy. I feel like he seems to give like a pretty inclusive view of things, like even being Islam centered, you know. And I feel like this is also what a lot of people just, you know, forget to do. Like, I wholeheartedly agree that we, you know, as a Black woman, like, we should be empowering Black women. We should be, but, you know, there are a lot of other, like, groups who, just for whatever reason, don't fit the mold, like, and who also need this empowerment. So I appreciate, you know, that little nod to the races and the shapes and all of that. Yeah, all right. On to the next video, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. You know, comment, give me more suggestions, give me video ideas, all that good stuff.